Hello everyone and welcome to round 11 at Twin Ring Montegi here in the heart of Japan. The location is Hayama, Japan. Some interesting facts about the circuit before I get going. It's built by Honda, they own it, and they own Suzuka as well, interesting enough, I found out. The cost of this track was £5 billion and they designed this track to host major events such as MotoGP and Super GP. But also, it was built in an effort to try to get the IndyCar series to come to Japan, which I found quite interesting, to be honest with you. It's a marvellous thing, is Wikipedia. When it was built in 1997 as well. It's a fantastically good course. Some people find it a bit plain, but I find it quite a quick course, to be honest with you. The track length is 2.13 miles, and the longest straight is half a mile, and the elevation difference is 100 feet. So it's actually quite a level playing field, to be honest with you. And we've got 11 corners, so this is one of the shorter tracks here. There's 3 configurations for Twin Ring Montegi. I'm Dave Higgins, as normal. I'm taking you through the main race highlights. If you've not watched my YouTube channel before, please do subscribe using the subscription button on the top of the screen on your computer, and that would be fantastic if you could do that. I'm commentating again on vrroom.org event. It's round 11 of the Gt300 Trophy League. It's tight at the top this season. If you've been watching the rest of my videos, we've got Mr. Breaker on 116 points, Stunt on 100 points, so I apologise actually because last time I said that Scale had won it and he hasn't won it. So Scale's on 116, Stunt's got a chance of taking it with 30 points left to go. He's on 100 points. Then we've got Lockie on 72 points, Ginobili on 56 and DM on 55 and N10 on 52. Setwave unfortunately hasn't turned up for these races, obviously couldn't make it for whatever reason, so he's going to be out of the equation, but it's a straight fight between Breaker and Stunt now for the crown. Lockie, Ginobili, DM and N10 are all in contention here for taking home the third place. Now DM and Team Rosso Racing won the last race, of course, so we'll just have to see how he goes on here. Because they're running a stronger car, Rosso Racing in general running a stronger car, which is why we've got VR Badger on second. So I'll just run through. We've got Scale Breaker on pole, VR Badger second, VR DM third, so it's a Team Rosso 2, 3 and 4. So it's a Team Rosso 2, 3 and 4 with JB, sorry. We've got Lockie 5th, Jordan down in 6th, not having a good time here. VR Stuntman down in 7th. VR Raced in 8th, N10 in 9th, and that's not going to bode well for him, but I'm sure he'll be able to do a reasonable job. Neither for Ginobili either. Ginobili's still running the Mania car, and then Resus is in 11th and Rick GT5 in last place. So I'm going to take you through the main race highlights as best as I can. Trying a slightly new camera angle for this one, guys. I've got the phone propped up against something, so hopefully it won't fall over halfway through the race. So it's a nice good start for all of them. Scale Breaker is not in the lead. We've got Badger going into the lead with DM approaching into the first corner. But DM's got the inside line, I believe, and Badger's on the outside line. No, DM was on the outside, I apologise, and DM has taken it into the first corner. So DM leading from VR Badger and JB Player. So it's a Team Rosso 1, 2, 3 as we go through the first few corners here at Twin Ring Montegi East. Can I also apologise, guys, as well, for last time I announced the beginning of the race on the last race as Daytona. Of course, it wasn't Daytona, it was Indianapolis, so I'm sorry for that mistake, guys. Right, so back to the race then. On lap 1 of 11 here, we've got DM in the lead. We'll go on board with DM's car, just on the rear, just to see what the situation is there, and it's very tight with Team Rosso. We've got Badger and JB having a bit of a ding-dong. Scale not letting up. Now Scale doesn't need to... Oh, and a big off there by Badger and by JB Player. Now that's not good for either of them. The big sideways moment for JB. I didn't see that on the replay. So that's a bit of a humdinger, that is. Now DM, meanwhile, that's got DM into a nice big lead. So we'll go on board with JB just from the outside as we go on to lap 2 now of 11. Scale Breaker flashing his lights, doing the usual thing behind JB, as you can see there. And he's got VR Race doing a very tidy job. But on the outside there we've got Jordan, made up a hell of a lot of places there for his qualification place. He's up into 4th place now, so that's good for Jordan on the back of Scale Breaker. So we'll just move to the outside shot now, and we'll go on board with Jordan. Not the best of shots to clip to, unfortunately, for Mr. PlayStation, but there you go. In a moment, hopefully it'll change. Very heavy braking zone down here as they go underneath the bridge. Very deceptive as well. You've got to go slower into it than you think, so that you can get a good exit speed. It's all about making the apex there. So Race is having a bit of a ding-dong there, having to defend a hell of a lot from Scalebreaker. Scalebreaker giving it a bit of a lock up there. Meanwhile, going on board with Badger. Badger didn't pick up any damage from that. He looked like he just drifted off. A bit of cold tyres, to be honest with you, I would have thought. But on the back of Badger's car, let's just have a look at the action from the rear of Badger's car. We've got there following up Rhesus, Gt300 and Stuntman, and behind that Lockie and Gt300 who's fallen back a little bit. So it's getting quite spread out is the field at the moment. Meanwhile, we're just clipping to the leader, DM, doing a superb job here. He's got nearly a 2-second lead already, just over a 2-second lead from Jordan and JB Player. Now Jordan's got JB Player, as you can see, as we're going down, breaking into the first of the into the first corner. On the inside there is JB trying to plant one down the inside. That's never going to work as we go around there. Bit of argy-bargy from VR Raced on JB Player, nudging and bumping. Very common in any kind of racing situation. That's called rubbing. For those of you who don't know and are watching motorsport for the first time. I know we've got a big off in the background. Got to go on board with that. That's JB. It looks like JB involved in a massive incident there. That calls for a rewind, I think. We are on board with JB. We'll stay on board with him. And we'll just try and get a handle on exactly what happened there. This is on lap 2 of 11. So I'll go on JB's roof cam. There's his bonnet pointing down. And he's going for the inside there on... oh, a bit of a clip. That was what I was talking about. So that was the inside of Jordan trying to get through. So let's just see and stay with this shot now. What happened here? Because it was definitely him that was involved in the incident. Did he just get on sighted as he goes into the apex? There's nobody dealing with him. And he's gone over the grass. He's lost it himself. He's come across and he's collected a few of the cars. So, oh, dearie me. That's really bad news. A lot of cars there. Big incident. I want to watch that on board if I can from Jordan's point of view, because Jordan will get the heads up on that. There is a yellow flag being called for that. So we'll go on the back of Jordan's car just to see that again, and you can see how people were collected. So we're on board with Jordan with JB Player. Now he dives to the inside, just tags the back of Jordan here. Jordan won't be too bothered about that. That's fair enough, you know. Sideways moment from all the players. So let's just watch and listen one more time. So JB misses the second apex. He makes the left-hander, but not the right-hander, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, well wide. Out he goes. Across in front. Collects a load of cars. Big pile up. Not good stuff there, unfortunately. So we clip to the leader. DM won't be pleased with that, of course, because he had a 3-second lead, and now we have yellow flags being called. We're going to clip forward. Not very interesting watching the yellow flags, so we'll clip forward. Miss the yellow flags. We've got a release again now from the several cars, by the way, there will have been repaired into the pits, as we know, and we've seen on previous commentary. I'm not going to stick with that though. What I'm going to stick with is the action. So we're on lap 5 now. We've had the release. The release came on lap 5, I believe, of 11. Really good shot as you see them going through the mid-section there. We've got DM still in the lead from Jordan, from Scale and Stuntman and Badger. So we'll go on the back of DM's car again just to see how close Jordan is, and Jordan is rubbing the back. Scale, that because of that rub, that's caused Scale to go up, and we've got side by side with the Lexuses, and behind the Lexus we've got VR Stuntman in the Wet Sport Toyota Celica. This is very close up as we come up the hill towards the left-right sort of corner section, I suppose we could call it. I don't know the particular names for these corners or whether they have got corners. We know there's 11 on the circuit though, when all's said and done, and this is very close up the top there, very close. So DM feeling a hell of a lot of pressure from Jordan and Scale, and Jordan's on the inside. Scale's got the outside line as we go around that corner. Just clipping back to Scale and Jordan. We'll go on the back of Jordan's car, so we might see Scale planting one down the... It's going down the outside. Yeah, we're going down the outside is Scale, I'm apologising. Up the inside, then it's Stuntman. Now Stuntman's getting the cut back there on Jordan, I think, on Scalebreaker, I beg your pardon. Because we're on Jordan's car. I thought VR Stuntman was going to get the cut back, and he's poking his nose out there like sneaky little Badger does. Will he dive one down the inside as we go into the first corner? Very difficult first corner. That though is a wise decision to stay back. It's off camber and it's very tricky for all the players. Fantastic shot as we see them going up again to the sort of midsection of the circuit. Let's just go back and see what Gt300's doing. I want to find out about this because, of course, Gt300 is currently 4th in the championship, so he'll be wanting to beat the likes of Lockie and DM and N10. He's currently ahead of N10, but he's not ahead of DM. and he's just ahead of Lockie, so his target now is DM. He really has to get ahead of DM in order to try to secure that crucial 3rd place in the championship, which would be absolutely fantastic for Ginobili. It's been very consistent all season, to be fair, so we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens with that. Badger is just in front of that, so he's making a valiant fight back there. Poor old JB in the last Rosso Racing car, because of that incident, he is at the back, but I'm sure he will be trying to fight his way back. Now it looks like we've got somebody parked up with damage. That's Rick Gt300. He's parked his car well out of the way there, so obviously he's had enough of that for whatever reason. So on to the leaders again. We've got DM going defensive from Jordan, Scale and Stunt. Not much has changed up front, but oh, what a magnificent shot as we go down again on lap 7 of 11 to the first corner. So heavy braking. We got Scale doing one, Stunt on the outside there. Just clip to that little battle just behind DM. DM under a lot of pressure, and of course I mentioned that before. He's obviously not going to be best pleased because he did have a 3-second lead when those yellows were called. But at the end of the day, that's racing. We have to stick to the rules, and that's what you get here at VR Room Dog. It's good, nice, close, competitive, well-structured, well-organised racing. The race marshals here are all very qualified people, and they're all very sensible people. They have the full support of everyone in the paddock as well, and that's where you get some good camaraderie and racing here. As you're seeing, as we see Jordan flying one down the outside of DM. DM, little nudge to Jordan. Jordan nearly lost it there. Very difficult to overtake on the outside there. DM had perfect timing to place his car exactly where he needed it to be. He can do that, of course, because he's in the lead of the race, and he's crucially ahead of the car that he's trying to defend from. So he can choose his line, as we see DM defending there again. Now into the pits, we've got a pit sitter here. That's Rick Gt300 come in. The pit crew don't appear to be doing anything, so he's obviously decided to drive it back to the pits as per the rule book. So very sensible decision from him. So back on with the leaders again, and oh, look at the pressure DM is under. He's having to go defensive here from Scale Breaker and from Jordan. So Scale has got past Jordan now. Sorry I missed that, guys. Scale on the outside, DM defending the line, and DM is holding the line. He's got the inside line for the right-left flick, but he's gonna have to yield that one. And we have a new leader. Scale Breaker is into the lead now. DM has lost the lead. This is tremendous stuff at Twin Ring Montegi East course. See, I can get the track right, guys. I can get it right now. Whilst I'm on this, oh, and such close stuff as we're going down the sort of mid-straight, and DM is down into 3rd now, so we've got a new leader. It's Scale Breaker, followed by Jordan. We'll just have a clip on the back of this action there. I wonder if DM can claw his way back, but in the meantime, VR Stuntman is doing a good job, and Badger is just behind there as well. So Rosso Racing really proving to be strong in the MR2. I'm just going to do a quick shout out because I know it's in the pipeline, but there is another Badger's Tale on the way from Badger, and I think it's for round 10. I'm not 100% sure on that, but stay tuned in for that one, and be sure to tune into his YouTube channel as well. And you'll be able to see some more of this wonderful action from a Badger's point of view. Just wanted to get that one cleared up. I don't know whether there's any more videos coming from Mr. Stuntman, but I certainly hope so on the league. I think if he's doing it, I think he's signed up this time for... Oh, and he's close again. I think he's signed up for the 350Zs, and we'll just go to the outside again, the outside shot. Heavy braking again down into the first corner. DM's on the inside, and DM's locked up. DM has gone off. DM off now. DM has lost the lead. He went for a gap that basically didn't exist, I think. Let's just have a little rewind there and have a watch on board with DM's car. Far too exciting to miss that one. So we're going down the straight. DM is going to pop one out. He's seen a gap, and he's left his braking too late, and he's come off the brake. The telemetry showed there he's come off the brake. Now, he did say, I think, later on in the paddock that he obviously made a mistake there, and he was going to take out Jordan and Scale, I think, because he was on the inside of the corner, so he willingly came off the brakes just to allow the race to continue in comparative safety. So, honourable thing there from DM, but unfortunately that's put him way back. No damage, but he's outbraked himself. Quite famed for doing that, to be honest with you, so... Some may say it's no surprise, but occasionally drivers can get unsighted and overexcited, so a little bit too much braking. That's a great shame for DM. He was under a lot of pressure though. We're on lap 9 of 11 now. Scaler we're on board with has picked up damage. Let's just see if Ginobbili's managed to catch any places up. Now he's obviously ahead of DM. He's not ahead of Lockie. Now he needs to try to get those 2 places ahead of Lockie. Let's just go on the front of his car, on the roof cam, should I say. So ahead there we've got the battle in VR Race 42, who's just gone off. VR Race 42 off into the grass now. That will be good for Ginobili. Ginobili will be able to capitalise on that, but Racer's still got the inside line. Oh, and he outbrakes Ginobili. Ginobili just backing out of that one, not able to capitalise. But having said that, VR Race is all over the shop here. He's got dirty tyres, and his car has swerved and wiggled at the back, and he's not going to be able to hold that. I wouldn't have thought now. Ginobili's got the lead, and he's chasing down Lockie. He needs to get Lockie now. Will we see a dive back from VR Race? Bear in mind he's got dirty tyres, so it could be really difficult for him to get around the corner, but he's managed to do that safely. So well played, guys. Now that's boding very, very well for Ginobili. We'll do a bit more of a report on him in a moment. Let's just have a look at the line time and see who's got fastest lap of the race. So you can say it at the same time I say it and see it. We have got a 24 as the lowest, and the lowest at the moment is a 24.389, which is Mr. Scalebreaker, closely followed by Jordan. And third fastest lap goes to Stuntman, fourth is DM. So well played. That's very, very fast going. There's not a lot in it though. Those guys at the top, they're all very, very close in terms of the pace that they're carrying around this circuit. So JB Player has got up against VR Race now, who must have dropped back because we must have missed that, but he must have dropped back because of the muck on his tyres. So there's JB, and there's Race right behind him now. Race will be keen to get on board with that. Where's DM versus that? DM is catching them up, actually, interestingly enough. And we've got VR Stuntman dropped to the back. I must have missed that. There must have been an incident there. He's picked up a lot of damage. I won't rewind that one, guys, unfortunately, but bad news for VR Stuntman. Particularly because he was so high up. He entered this with 100 points. Now he's going to pick up a lowly 1 point, I think, for coming 10th. And with Jordan and Scale where they are, I have a feeling there won't be enough points left in the bag, and Scale will probably take the title here. Now I would think that Stuntman's going to have to come into the pits with that one, unfortunately. Now Jordan, in the meantime, is probably under mountains of pressure from Scalebreaker. Both of them driving the Wedge Sport mid-engine rear-wheel drive Lexus cars here. And they are side-by-side action as they come down into the final turn, I believe this one is. No, it's not, sorry, I got confused there. It's the mid-section underneath the bridge. Very, very close, and they've got VR Badger doing a superb job. Badger on for a podium here. So diving down the inside is Scalebreaker. He'll make that stick. Jordan's giving him room. A little bit of a rub, but crucially that's put Scale ahead into the next section, which is the tight left-hand hairpin corner. As predicted, we have got VR Stuntman in the... just exiting the pits, I'm sorry, I missed him in the pits. That's him just exiting, he's repaired his car. He's now in 11th, he's going to score nothing. It's going to take... Oh, and he's gone off! He's off! Cold tyres, and he's off into the tarmac. I think he might just park that one up, but we'll see. He'll probably bring it back on track. Not the most flattering of shots, that one, to be honest with you. We are on the last lap then here at Twin Ring Montegi. And we have a winner. I'd actually missed the end there. I do apologise. I missed the end of the race. So the race was won. I got excited with VR Stuntman coming out of the pits. The race was won by Scalebreaker from Jordan, from VR Badger on the podium for Team Rosso Racing. Lockie came fourth. Ginobili really needed to beat Lockie, so that's really good for Lockie. That's going to give him some solid points and try to secure his third place in this championship. DM finishing lowly 9th from right up at the top there, and Stuntman right at the back of the grid. So what a race, ladies and gentlemen, won by Mr. Scalebreaker, who is now confirmed as the champion. He cannot be beaten because of Stuntman's performance, unfortunately. So I'm sorry just for missing them going over the line there, but that's the result. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I've been Dave Higgins, you've been great, and don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel up the top for more exciting action from vrroom.org in the near future. Round 12 will be up as soon as possible from Nürburgring GPD circuit, so I look forward to seeing you and everybody else there. Thank you for watching.